We all need a good quality party game. Games like Castle Crashers, Keep Talking and Nobody Explodes, the Jackbox games, and Ultimate Chicken Horse are some of the most strictly fun games I've played with friends. Where these games can lack normal progression, they make up for in hectic game design. Cooking party games like Overcooked, PlateUp, and Party Club hit a great balance between hectic gameplay and rewarding progression. In various aspects, these cooking games are super rewarding for the time that you put into them, while also being fun party games that benefit proportionally to the communication put into them. All of these games reward you for, as a group, optimizing, communicating, delegating, and executing tasks as efficiently as possible. The cooking party game genre is one that's incredibly rewarding in my opinion. The high-stress moment-to-moment gameplay is something that I live for. Mistakes in these games are proportionally punished, and each game is prone to have a couple of moments of high pressure where you feel like you need to play perfectly. I like games that give the feeling of mastery, and this subgenre doesn't exactly provide that feeling, but the satisfaction it gives gets close. When you barely squeeze out a 3-star in Overcooked, when you get an order just in time to keep the run going in PlateUp, and when you barely secure a hard win in Party Club, the satisfaction is nearly unmatched. Overcooked, as far as I know, is the forerunner of this genre of games. I was first exposed to Overcooked in my sophomore year of college when I bought it for my roommate and myself to play. Overcooked is a simple game to pick up and play. The controls are simple. You have a dash, an interact, a throw, and a pick-up/drop-off button. The first few levels in the game start out simple, where you just chop up a type of fish, put it on a plate, and deliver it to customers. Then it gets more complex, and you have to make sushi. These sushi orders start to vary, and you will not only need to pay attention to making food, but also specifically mixing the correct ingredients. Once you get comfortable with the basics by making sushi, the game starts to get spicy and reveals its true colors. On the 5th level, you're put into your first situation with a moving kitchen. For the rest of the game, you'll not only have to worry about making the correct meals, but also how to navigate throughout the level and how to problem solve your way to victory. Starting at level 2-1, you will have to use the throw command to actually get ingredients to your co-op partner. This is where the game really starts to get interesting. Every level is unique, and by design provides a new challenge to master as you progress. Overcooked's level design solely relies on the player's mastery of the game and specific stages. Every new stage adds new hurdles which continuously give you something to master. While Overcooked is meant to be a co-op game, it can still be played solo. I wouldn't recommend it though. Overcooked solo is kind of a nightmare. Basically, since the game is designed to be played in co-op, you control 2 of yourself and have a button to toggle which you are playing. Certain interaction speeds like cutting are slowed down to account for the fact that you'll always have to have one player active, which still doesn't help much when you have to do so many inputs per second. Overcooked has its fair share of clutch moments, especially when you're playing for 3 or even the coveted 4 stars. Getting a meal in when you have basically no time left for it, barely getting the max score before the time's up, and getting a dish complete right before the map shifts are all things that feel amazing in Overcooked, and that's why Overcooked was one of my favorite party games. But let's just say PlateUp replaced it. PlateUp, according to my tastes, is better in almost every single way. There's no level select in PlateUp. Instead, you get to choose your desired meal type, map location, and restaurant layout. There's a large variety of food items to play with, including pizza, coffee, cakes, stir-fry, burgers, tacos, and 9 more. There's also mods you can run that add more recipes, including human. The games are roguelike. You start off with a simple recipe and simple orders for the customers. After each day, you are given blueprints that you can choose to spend money on to make your cooking process a little more streamlined. Maybe you need something as simple as a counter, another hob, or a sink. Or you can buy a research desk which allows you to upgrade other blueprints for an even stronger run. Want tables to earn more per item? Want your hobs to heat twice as fast? Hey, maybe you want to automate dishwashing. Don't want messes? Upgrade a mop into an automatic floor cleaner. There's a ton you can do as the days progress in PlateUp. As you unlock new items and make more money, things start to snowball. Every 3 days in PlateUp, you are given the opportunity to choose modifiers for the run. You can either choose a new possible food type to be ordered, like pies or dumplings on a coffee run, or something that modifies how your restaurant is run, like changing customer group sizes, their frequency, or even situational movement slows. Every 5 days, you have the opportunity to decorate your restaurant. Decorating your restaurant isn't strictly a visual upgrade. Different benefits can also be reaped from different restaurant themes. Making enough decorative items will unlock up to 3 tiered bonuses for your restaurant. On day 5, you'll be able to choose one of 2 options from a randomly selected pool of 4 themes. Affordable restaurants focus on quick orders and food delivery. Charming restaurants make your customers generally more patient. Exclusive restaurants allow you to make more money and have longer lines, and formal restaurants remove mess, helping kitchen efficiency. PlateUp is full of decision making, and that's where a lot of replayability comes from the game. No run, unless if it's seeded, is exactly the same. This replayability in most cases I'd say is an outright benefit, but PlateUp does have a small difficulty hurdle for your first few runs. Its new player's experience isn't the best, and initially coming into the game may prove difficult. It took me a while to actually beat the first 15 days of a restaurant and win a run, but now it's super consistent for me. Even though PlateUp is meant to be played multiplayer, its solo experience is somewhat decent. Unlike Overcooked, PlateUp focuses on customizing your kitchen's layout. This makes it so that if you wanted to optimize your kitchen for solo play by minimizing distance between everything, you can. As previously mentioned, PlateUp offers blueprints and items every day, and there's a subset of items that can allow you to automate your restaurant. I personally haven't engaged with these items much, but I'm glad that they are an option for people who like to optimize their runs and go far into late game. I've seen some late game runs on YouTube, and it's definitely something. So yes, there is a late game for PlateUp. Once you successfully win a run and complete day 15, you'll be asked to pick a franchise modifier that will come up later. After this, the game will start in endless mode, where every 3 days a new choice of modifier will drop, and every 5 days, as per tradition, will be decoration day. Each day further into late game gets more difficult as your restaurant not only gets more customers and lowers their patience, but also forces even more modifiers. If you were struggling when you hit 15 days, you better start improving your restaurant because you might not make it far into endless, aka overtime. PlateUp, out of all 3 of these games, has the most frequent and impactful clutch moments in my eyes. Since so much of PlateUp can be lost with a single customer losing all of their patience, every close delivery and satisfied red timer feels rewarding. PlateUp is a game that will require proper preparation and tighter timing the further you go. A long run with friends in PlateUp is extremely rewarding, especially after barely surviving each day. Some runs I've had in PlateUp have my friend group run 3 completely different types of dishes as we barely make it to overtime. But again, it's super rewarding. Okay, so when you fail an overtime run, you are able to create a franchise out of the freshly lost run. When creating a franchise, you must choose 3 modifiers on top of the additional modifier you chose upon completing day 15. Franchises are good ways to start runs right off the bat with a higher difficulty and set modifiers right from the get-go, especially if you really liked one run you've done before. Although I haven't used this feature much, I have many franchises saved up for future use, giving me a reason to come back to the game. I don't think PlateUp can be beaten in terms of my favorite cooking party game, and Party Club, if I'm being honest, doesn't even come close. Party Club is a unique game that I got for free on its launch sale earlier this year. Currently it's sitting around 50 reviews, so yeah, it's kind of unheard of. But that doesn't mean it doesn't exactly stand out. Technically, Party Club isn't a cooking game, instead it's a drink mixing game. There's no recipes and drink variety is definitely not the game's highlight. But Party Club itself is unique for sure, and honestly, with the variety in gameplay it offers, I don't feel too bad putting it next to titans like Overcooked and PlateUp. Even with its frustrating nature that I will get into later, I think Party Club is a fun game. Party Club mixes elements from both Overcooked and PlateUp in an interesting way. It follows a level structure format similar to Overcooked. There are 5 islands containing 3 levels each with unique map-specific mechanics and different opportunities to problem solve. Each level has 3 difficulties you can select from, with different goals required to pass. Each level will feature 3 objectives that will need to be finished by the end, as well as a reputation requirement for the location. Both of these will scale with the selected difficulty. The most significant similarity Party Club has to PlateUp is its pre-planning phase. At the start of a level, you are presented with a choice of starting loadouts. Your choice may vary depending on your playstyle or the map's objectives. Once you pick a loadout, you'll need to set up your restaurant as you see fit. The longer you take, the less time you get in the next round. While PlateUp allows your friends to take a break and eat a whole-ass Thanksgiving dinner, Party Club makes sure that no one wastes your precious time on Earth by encouraging you to bank extra time for the following days. Once you set up everything as quickly as possible, you bang a gong and get serving. Each successful day gives you the opportunity afterwards to buy some items, some of which could even be discounted. So the gameplay element that makes Party Club stand out is its customers. The game starts you off with a small variety of customers. A neutral, peaceful, and feral customer type are present on each map, and a large portion of the gameplay is figuring out where you can set up which customer. The initial hurdle is making the right decisions on where you place your customers. Feral customers can only sit with feral customers, or else a fight will break out. As you progress through the game, you'll see new types of customers that you have to account for. Skunks can't be placed too much in the way, or else their gas will knock you out. Critics will give more money if treated right, and rich pigs will run into your restaurant and cause chaos, occasionally hunting down a poor cat, which, when protected, will reward more reputation. I haven't played through all of the game yet, but I like its direction so far, as there's never a dull moment with the chaos of customers. I can confidently say that Party Club is the most punishing and difficult of the 3 games listed. Overcooked doesn't require 3 stars. PlateUp's blueprints can alleviate a ton of workload, but Party Club just seems more difficult. Playing levels on hard requires timing, communication, and I'd argue good RNG. Playing Party Club solo doesn't seem viable past a certain level and difficulty, and the game seemingly expects you to have a full team, which makes the game hectic to say the least. Party Club brings back throwing from Overcooked, and this time you can throw full-on completed drinks. In co-op, this is just more that can go wrong. The glass that you threw could honestly go anywhere. Taking the time to aim isn't a luxury that you have at all times in Party Club, and one throw can make or break the game without you even knowing. Party Club is a more chaotic game, and I'm saying that despite not even being 60% through the levels. But I like the game for what it is when my friends and I decide to play it. Ow.
Ow.
It's not as second nature as PlateUp is for us, but who said we don't need a change in scenery once in a while? If you told me 2 years ago that I'd put 80 hours into a single cooking game, unironically, then I wouldn't believe you. But here we are. Now I have over 100 hours and more to come in these 3 games. This genre is something that I think everyone should experience, at least in some regard. If you like the video, well, you know the drill. Like the video, subscribe if you want to see more, share it around if you so wish, and if you have anything you want to say, feel free to leave a comment. I look at all of my comments and try to respond to everything. Lastly, I want to thank my channel member Alex Buffmack for his continued support on the channel. That being said, go play one of these games and enjoy cooking. Until next time, later days.